Now, in the spirit of spring break, we now turn our attention to the issue of responsible drinking.
It's a thorny issue, one often poorly addressed in our schools, in our homes, and in our beer commercials.
In what seemed like a good idea at the time, we tested the effects of massive quantities of alcohol on a human subject.
Specifically, Steve Carell. Please remember, Steve is a trained professional. Do not attempt this at home.
It is 9:35. Let's get started. Very good. How are you folks? This is a bourbon and soda water. Do you still think this was a good idea? What? The drinking. Do you think the drinking was a good idea? It is now 10:35. Steve has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drinks, and he's moving on to his 8th.
Now, Steve, at this point in the evening, you are technically drunk. Actually, the technical term would be stunned as a bag of hammers. How does it feel to watch this?
Well, actually, it's a little embarrassing, and frankly, I'm glad it's over.
Well, not quite. Actually, not by a long shot. One of the first faculties to go when one is inebriated is coordination. Let's roll the tape.
Now, just touch your face and hold it there. And now just sort of pet your face like it's an animal. Just pet your face. And then just open your eyes. Open your eyes. Keep your hands up. Okay? And touch your eyeballs. Keep your eyes open. And just touch the whites of your eyeballs with your finger.
I don't want to touch my eyeballs.
Just touch your eyeballs.
Now, the one thing this illustrates is two things. One, the obvious loss of motor skills and coordination, and B, how easy it is to make a drunk person touch their eyeballs.
So in conclusion...
Not quite yet. In this next piece of tape...
Let's not...
Oh, no. Let's. Oh, do let's. In this next piece of tape, Steve demonstrates the loss of judgment and inebriation that is the classic symptom of the drunk.
Antonio Banderas is a sexy man. This is making me do that.
And Steve, okay.
Hit me in the chest. Just punch me.
I don't want to.
Punch me in the chest.
Do you still think...
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, la la la. Tell the kids out there what they need to know about responsible drinking. You mic. Would you like another drink? We have left.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do that again. Don't do that again.
Is it wrong for this? Come on!
Okay.
God. I just vomited in my mouth a little bit.
All right. Steve.
So, just to recap, in the course of an evening of drinking, Steve lost his motor skills, his judgment, a good portion of inhibitions, and ultimately threw up in my car on the way home. Do you still think this was a good idea?
Yes, Stephen, I believe it was. Because if what I went through by doing all of this convinces even one person to drink responsibly, one person to think twice before ordering that next round, one person to just say no when they've had enough, then by God, I hope that one person is me.
So do I.
Really, really sorry about your car. I thought the window was open.
Well, it wasn't. We'll be right back. Now here it is your moment of zen.
Well, we've come to the end of a long and really interesting evening. Steve, what have we learned?
Having a slippery really kicks your ass. I mean, that at the end of the evening is not a bad idea.